So I'm sure we're all still recovering from the very shitty community crunch that we got this Friday. I don't know whether to cry or to shove this banana up my ass because I feel like I'm getting blue balled by wildcard with no information on Ark Survival Ascended. But you know what, with that out of the way, I'm going to make a video today just talking about the top 12 meta tames on the island. And this is also going to have an honorable mention at the end. And that honorable mention at the end is going to be a flyer that I'm not including as a top 12 meta tame. If you guys want to find out my controversial take on it, why, you got to stick around for the rest of the video. So starting off at number one, we got the Tuso, the giant squid. Again, I think this one's an obvious one. This is like the Giga in the water. It's like the best PvP slash soaker water tame in the game. This tame is going to stand the test of time. Doesn't matter what map comes out, doesn't matter what expansion comes out. The Tuso will not be replaced. It will be S tier all the way through and through. So if you're on the island, you should work on getting this tame as soon as you can. I know it's going to be hard with no cryopods, but I would recommend taking hard or easy underwater and getting a sanctuary going, getting turrets up, getting that shit locked down. Remember, guys, it's going to be really hard for people to raid underwater caves. So if you manage to build an underwater cave with you and your tribe, you're probably going to be alive on official for a long time, unless meshing is still a thing, and there's probably going to be a lot of cheating day one. Now, moving into the next tame, this one's going to be the Quetzal. This one was a little hard for me to put on the list because I feel like later down the line in Ark, you're not going to see that much Quetzal usage. But I feel like you have to include the Quetzal because the Quetzal is just, it's in a league of its own. You know, you can build a platform on it. You can armor it up by, placing metal ramps. It's like probably the best picker in like large scale PvP, especially right now since there's no net guns in the game. You can't net gun the Quetzal. But I feel like when net guns drop, the Quetzal will get replaced. And I feel like when tribes start cloning or getting more Rhino Nathias, however the fuck you say their name, people are probably going to use that over Quetzes because, again, they can pick up a damn Rex, and a Quetz can't even do that. So Quetzal's number two. I'd still recommend going for it because, again, it's on a league of its own. There's no flyer currently in the game like it other than the Rhino Nathia, and that tame is kind of a pain in the ass to even get in the first place. So moving on to number three on the list, it's going to be the Rex. A lot of you Ark veterans already know that the Rex it's going to be in the game forever. It's the boss killer. It's the tech turret rusher. It's the tech turret destroyer. Like, it's like, hey, we need to push the cave, bring the tech Rex. Like the tech Rex, the Rex. It's the Rex. You know what I mean? It's not gonna get replaced. You can turn them into like full health, get them up to 300k health at the end of the game after years the game's been out, and put a tech cell on them, and they're gonna just mow through everything. Or you can design them to be more boss oriented, and they'll still have a few thousand melee and still 6-digit health. So again, the Rex, Supreme God, you got to get it. If you can start those lines early and get a good one, go for it. Now, number four on the list is going to be the Giga. I hope I don't really have to explain why, but the Giga is the Giga. Yeah. And number five on the list is going to be the Karcha. Again, the Karcha, I know everybody makes the meme that it still can't be the Giga, but I think the Karcha, give it time, and I think now that the game is launching with all Dino stats starting at the same point, I think people are really going to see how good the Karcha is going to be. I'm really going to be working on that line personally for my tribe. That's a tame that I really want to push and like get us good stats for, because again, I feel like the fact that it can tail spin, the fact that it can output a lot of damage, and the fact that it doesn't enrage, I feel like it's just better than a Giga. I know people make the meme like, oh, like, you have to get its stacks, but you got to think about it. If you have this guy in a Giga line and it's out there PvPing, it's going to get its stacks pretty fast. Like, I've used one on Fjord when I was playing official on there for like a little over a year, and I mean, it was not hard at all to get its stacks up. So I think Karcha is going to be good. Number six on the list is going to be Thyla. This is going to be the best land bleeder on the map. People would say Aloes or Carnos, but no, Thyla. Just get a Thyla. Don't waste your time working the other lines. Maybe if you want to grab Carnos early game for PvP, because it's just how readily available Carnos are and how like easy they are to get. Sure, but Thyla all the way. Again, people like, I love these things. I love to PvP on them. They're just cracked. Especially now, actually, now that I say PvP on them, I think now it's gonna be fun to like take a Thyla to go troll. I used to do that back on Legacy. Used to have like my pump shotgun and combo kit. Some of you guys might be laughing at me that was my kit, but I loved PvPing on a Thyla back in the day before they had all the bullshit in the game that ruined PvP and kind of crushed the meta. But again, for serious PvP purposes, Thyla is the best overall bleeding class for land. It's easy to raise, easy to tame, and it's just and they're easily replaceable if they die. They take no time to raise. Number seven on the list is going to be the Rhino. Again, this is the Giga counter. The Rhino is the boss melter. The Rhino is the one-shot motherfucker. So you definitely want to get your hands on a Rhino when you can. Um, Rhinos are gonna again, they're gonna be that tame that's gonna stand the test of time. Doesn't matter what meta shifts in Arc, you will still see people riding a Rhino in big battles, even on small tribes on trolls. Like Rhinos are just they're so good. Like don't sleep on them, guys. Please work on them. Especially now, the fact that a lot of the hard meta defining tames aren't out, like the Shadow Mane and the dumbass Dolphin and the Mana and the Velos. There's just a lot of like garbage that's not in the game right now. So trust me, Rhinos are going to feel very good in the current sandbox in ASA. Now, number 8 on the list is going to be the Theri. I hope I don't have to explain this, but the Theri, you know, if you've played Arc a lot, you know what this motherfucker can do. It's cracked. Now, I don't know how good it's actually. It's still going to be good, but I just don't know like how effective it's going to be because the fact that we can't level up movement speed anymore, that kind of hurts Theris. If now I wonder though if you can still level up movement speed through imprints, because if you guys remember, if you imprint your tames, they get a 20% movement speed. It doesn't apply to flyers, obviously, but land tames you'd get 20% more speed. So I just wonder how the speed will affect the Theri, but I guess it won't since we can't level up speed ourselves, so we won't be able to outrun the Theri anyway. So maybe it's not, but we'll have to see. Number 9 is going to be the Stego. Again, this is the king of soaking. This is the Giga Chad, the Stego. It's just the best soaker. Wait till cryopods come out. People are going to be using these motherfuckers to soak everything. Everything. Stegos are just so good. They're so easy to raise. Like, their saddles are inexpensive. It's just, get yourself some good Stegos. Trust me, you will not regret it, especially if you're new to Arc. Just get a Stego. It'll carry you through any raid. The Stego will carry anybody through a raid. I promise you. Number 10 is going to be the Paracer. Again, the giant penis neck fuck. This guy, you know, you can put a box on him. You can be like invincible. It's like the best soaker, especially for pushing towers. Um, I will say it's kind of arguably better than the Stego just because of like the plays like that you can do and like the more aggressive pushes you can do because again, you can't be net gunned, you can't be picked. You know, it's you know what I mean? It's just good. You can't get sniped off of it. So trust me, get yourself a Paracer. Don't waste your time with the Bronto, unfortunately. Maybe Brontos might make a return. I'm just curious to see if maybe they revert to the Bronto turret damage nerf that they got because they used to be the best soaker because of their health scaling, but then they made them to where they take more damage from bullets. So hopefully they revert that change, but we'll have to see. Now, number 11 is going to be the Basilo. Again, this is like the water soaker. Okay, this thing is health is god tier. Even Gen 1 versions of these are going to be so good for PvP. Again, guys, like I think even a tamed Basilo, you can get it to like 60, 80k health. Like that's just wild. I wonder though with ASA dropping, but I doubt it. I wonder though if they'll actually rebalance water tame HP because again, water tames for some reason their health scale is insane. And that's why they're so OP. Like I hate dealing with Basilos in PvP. They're just so cringe. They're so like they just don't die. They're just these stupid long dick-looking sardines flying through the fucking water, and they just sit there and take every shot you throw at them. It's just stupid. I hope they balance them. They probably won't, but we'll see. And then number 12, the last one on this list, is going to be the Megalodon. Now the Megalodon, similar to the Thyla, this is like also good for like tech, like using the tech saddle underwater. I know people are going to try to use Rexes, but you have to remember without cryopods being out and without Mega Shalons being in the game, you can't really take advantage of the tech Rex underwater. So the Megalodon's going to be good. And then also Megalodons are OP for destroying Tusos. Like these things cause so much bleed damage. Trust me, get yourself some Megalodons if you can, and you will not regret it. Now, for the controversial one, I'm going to be talking about the Pteranodon. The reason why the Pteranodon didn't make my top 12 PvP meta tames is because the goal with my list right now that I have was to give you guys a list of 12 tame lines that you can start from day 1 and still be working on till year 5, and it still has some value. Now, I know I'm going to get some people that are going to call me fucking stupid for not putting the Pteranodon there. I still think the Pteranodon is worth it. My tribe is still going to work on PTs. I love PTs because I'm an old school Arc player. But we all know this, especially all of us who've played Arc for a long time. The only people that you see on PTs are people who actually like love PTs. Because you have to think about it like, why would you fly a Pteranodon when you can fly a dragon? Why would you fly a Pteranodon when you can fly a Crystal Dragon? Why would you fly a Pteranodon when you can fly a Mana? Why would you fly a fucking, or why would you fly a fucking PT when you can, again, fly a Desmo? You know, why would you fly a PT when you can fly a dumbass Dolphin? A Desmo can go into a cave and even fly into the cave and push turrets better on walls because it has more health and it can instantly heal through blood packs. So, unfortunately, the PT just is that tame that's going to get outclassed. So, consider what you will. This was my top 12. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just going to be sitting and hoping that next Friday Arc gives us something good, or you guys might actually see me shove this banana up my ass.